What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. I thought today we could actually try on my Ipsy X because I feel like there's a little less variation in these boxes, so to keep it a bit more interesting, we're gonna try on the products and I'll give you my thoughts. We have some skincare. I'll show you that first because I have already done my skincare. I have more makeup than skincare, so I figure we can just talk about the skincare really quick and then get into the makeup. So first up, we have Herbivore Emerald. This is their hemp seed adaptogen deep moisture glow oil. I really love Herbivore products. This packaging is just so gorgeous. I actually have this. I've been using it. I really love it. It just feels very nice, very soothing. Definitely something I reach for if my skin is irritated, but right now my skin is like breaking out and dry, so this is something I've been reaching for because it'll give me a lot of moisture and kind of calm everything down, and that is what she looks like. It goes for $48. I think it's well worth the money if you want to invest in something a little bit more luxury, but yeah, I love it. I mean, it's just a great product. Nothing really more to say. We also have from the new company, and I've tried something from them and I know I liked it because when I saw the brand I was like, oh yeah, I'm excited to get something from them, but I can't remember. I think it was a cleanser, but I don't believe it was this one. But this is their Barrier Culture Cleanser. It has pre, pro, and postbiotics. Postbiotics I am not familiar with, but I am familiar with pre and probiotics. So this is deep cleaning and anti-stripping. So this is topical microbiome repair the skin barrier topical skin supplement. I'm really stoked to try this product. I also saw that I might be getting something from this company from influencer. Maybe I got like a quick survey about that. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated if I get more. Wow, this cleanser goes for $42. This is 3.3 ounces. I mean, it's really decent size. I think the packaging is just very like simplistic and thin, so you still get a lot, but it says 3 to 4 pumps of the cleanser. So I do feel like we go through this kind of fast. I don't know, maybe that's a little bit small. I think I'm used to cleansers being like 5 ounces or something like that, but I'm still very excited for it. And then the first thing I'm going to use, this is the Bread Macadamia Oil Hair and Body Oil. I think this is one of the things that I picked because I'd heard really good things about this, and I also really like this bottle. It's just kind of intriguing. It just makes me want to try it. You know, it's interesting. Bread. So this goes for $28, 1.56 ounces. Personally, when I use oils in my hair, I go very lightly, and this is one of the times where I use them. So today I washed my hair and I just blow dried it. So I have like, you know, some drier bits at the end. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. I'm just going to go very sparingly, just a little bit in my palm, and typically I'll just like rub it into my hands and then grab like literally the driest part. That way most of the product goes on those areas, and it'll look a little weird at first, like it'll actually make my hair look a little oily, but it just seems like it takes a minute to soak in. This feels like not like a very thin dry oil, but not super thick and heavy either, so I feel like it'll work. And usually if I'll let it like sit and kind of soak in, and then when I do go in and style my hair, it usually looks really nice afterwards. But you can see it kind of just took those dry bits and made them look healthier. And I'm oily at the scalp, but dry towards the ends, so this will definitely help balance that out. I'm excited for this. So far so good. It's pretty simplistic. It's 100% concentrate, it says. We're made in Australia as well. 100% cold pressed Australian macadamia oil. It's fragrance free, which is good because fragrance usually contains a lot of alcohol, which can dry the hair. And it's super high grade 100% oil concentrate. Native to Australia, the macadamia nut is high in fatty acids to coat your hair and body in natural, cushiony, slippery softness. And I have to say, usually when I put oil in my hair, if I use my hands, I'm like, ooh, I gotta wash it off. This feels very nice on my hands. Like, I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hands too. Does anybody else do this? Like, if you put oil or body lotion on your hands, do you like just rub the backs of your hands for the most part? Like, I try to get the dry areas like in between fingers, but I don't put a lot on my palms because then I feel like I have to wash it off. This feels really nice. Usually I'm so grossed out by like a lot of lotion or oil in my hands, but This feels really nice. So I am excited for that. And those are our 3 non-makeup products. So from here on out, we're gonna be trying some makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about these because I wanna try them in a couple different ways. These are the Light Lock Highlighting Fluid from About Face. This is the box. All right, this goes for $32. Oh, I really love this packaging. Like, that's something different looking. And I got the shades Shaken or Stirred for $32. I'm gonna shake and pump. And I wanna try these like on bare skin and see how it does under makeup. I love illuminating products under makeup for just like that lit from within glow. And if you want this to stand out, obviously, if you go with something sheer on top of it, you'll be able to see it a bit more. But if you just want a very light hint of it, then you can go up in coverage. But look at that glow. That looks really pretty. And this is more of, I'll show you a little drip of it. It's more golden and it's still very pretty though. Like, it's light enough where I can use it. I've already primed, by the way, with just a primer serum from Wet n Wild. It's a really pretty glow, like maybe a little too glowy obviously for just like wearing on its own, but you could definitely like tap it on your high points of your face if you just wanted to wear this and nothing else. Okay, so that's how it's looking. So it says you can use it as an illuminating base like we just did, an intense highlighter, or a glow booster. So basically mix it in with your foundation. So far I really like this. I mean, we're gonna see how it does obviously with makeup, but so far I think it's really pretty. Packaging is cute. I'm interested what the other colors actually look like, if there was like a pinky one or one that was a little bit more silvery, but I like this color. I feel like most anybody could use this. So let's move on. All right, I also got the Topaz Sky Beauty Blender, of course, $20. And I'm gonna go in with Anastasia Luminous Foundation. I'm not self-tanned right now, obviously. So I'm looking pretty pale. So we're gonna start with foundation. I'm bouncing this in. I feel like when a beauty blender is fresh, it always does that. Kind of takes a minute. It's like leaving little imprints. And I'm gonna try to spread this out a lot. I want that glow to show through a little bit while still giving some nice coverage. After being like self-tan for a few weeks in a row, like being not tan looks so pale. All right, everything else I have is eyes. So I'm gonna do most of my stuff off camera and then I'll be back. All right, we're jumping back in. I am priming my lid with P. Louise base because that's just what I do every day. Okay, I'm gonna get this like mostly primed. Why I jumped in halfway through priming my base, I don't know. So the next item is the, I think it's Aether Beauty is how you pronounce it, but it's the Moon Crystal Palette. This goes for $58. That's pretty pricey. The packaging's really cute. I don't know much about this brand, or I haven't really looked into the palette either. Oh, that's pretty. It comes with like this little card. I thought it was a tarot card for a minute, but that's really pretty. And it says, heed the message of the moon and also harness its power. The moon lives in the darkest places. I have an itch. In the darkest of places, oh my God, yet lights a path to bring clarity of mind, heart, and spirit. And this is the Cosmic Collage in collaboration with Aether Beauty. Okay, so that came in there. And here is the packaging. Just like a paper packaging, but it's really cute. It's kind of simplistic, but it's just like a little bit of a 3D like vibe. It's just a little bit raised. Not too much though to where it's like really hard to store. So again, I don't know anything about the quality of this. Oh, the top part of it, instead of just being like a plain little like, you know, just sits on top, it's actually like a little box-ish. So here is the palette. Nothing to blind you with this one. And you have some blues, purples, greens. It looks pretty. There's like some sea tones and then some like purples. It looks interesting. I don't know about $58, but we're gonna try it out and we're gonna find out if it's worth $58. So let me finish priming my lid. If I take a break, if I'm like priming my lid and then I go back to it, I always make sure that I'm patting out those creases. You just pat back over it and you're good to go. And I'll take it a little bit far out and then just pat the edges with my finger. I kind of want to start with this shade, which is like a royal purple blue. It's like, feels like it's in between. And that shade is called Psyche. So I'm gonna take this Luxie 213 eye shader, and it's kind of like a little I don't know how to say this, ovalish, flat kind of shape. And I'm just gonna pick up a little bit and go, oh, okay. She said pigment. It looks really smooth. Like immediately, just like packing it in, it looks really smooth. I don't think this one is perfectly matte. I think it's got like a little sheen to it. It looks pretty. It's more satiny, I guess. Okay, this is buttery. Was this in Sephora while I was there, this brand? I feel like maybe I just like saw it and overlooked it. It was like one of the very small brands if it was. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I mean, man, that is nice. And it more so looks like a purple with this little hint of blue shift to it. I think I'm gonna stick with more purple shades. So I'm gonna take this shade right here. This one is called Moonchild. And I'm gonna lightly pat that around the edges and begin to blend. Okay, yeah, it's just a little softer shade, and this one looks like it's more matte. These blend really nicely, like pulling that out to the edge. Some shadows don't want to do that easily, and others just do it nicely, and that was really nice. And I do have base kind of all the way out there. It's just like a light layer, so that helps too. The last brush I used was an e.l.f. Nabella blending brush, and this is that Ipsy Tetris brush, and I'm just gonna lightly go over those edges to make sure it's really soft under the brow. And I'm probably gonna add something else there. I'm swatching a couple of these. This one is Spirit and then Insight. So this is Spirit and this is Insight. I'm trying to decide what I want. Ooh. I'm trying to decide which one I want to use where. What do I want to do? I kind of want to play with this blue, but then I'm like, do I want to mess it up? Okay, let's just go for it. I'm going to take some of this shade called Ritual right here, and this is a Farrah mini tapered blending, and I'm just going to go right here, kind of taking a chance to see if these blend well together. I think they will. Wow. Okay, I'm doing a little half cut crease, but the top of the cut crease I'm gonna kind of take a little bit further out. I think I'm gonna take Insight, which I already swatched for you guys. And mostly I'm just gonna pack it in with my finger and do this little number. And I'm gonna use that same shade to start carrying into the lower lash line, focusing on the outer corner first. And now I'm going to take the other one we swatched called Spirit, and I'm going to see how this looks in the corner. Okay, I think that looks really pretty. This performed very well. I was not expecting that just because I had no experience with it, but it's really, really pretty. So I'm gonna do the other eye and then we'll come back. Next up, we got the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. This goes for $24. I have actually used this before and gone through one, dried it out, and I actually had a backup on hand. So I'm tagging in my backup and putting the new one in the drawer. This one's fresh too. I haven't opened this one, it's just been sitting. I particularly like the wand of this one. It's like flat, but then has fluffy on the sides. You don't hear my cat screaming? That's the comparison, just like one tiny quick coat. All right, that's what we're looking like, but our last item is lashes. So I'm not gonna worry about like waiting and putting on a second coat, but I do like this mascara. It is one that I've reached for, obviously used one up and then kept the backups, so I really like it. All right, the last item is 2 pairs of Violet Voss lashes. It says $20 is the value, so I'm assuming they're $10 lashes. I don't think I've ever tried theirs, but these look really pretty. So I got the I Donut Care, and I actually have the little I Donut Care palette. These are really pretty. I think I'm gonna go with these. I like this, like, has like these little sections that like stick out a little bit further here and there. And then I also got these Sexy and I Know It. So funny. These are a bit more like full all over. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the I Donut Care let us open these up and put a lash on. Y'all forgive me for having a visible mess back here. I've done so many stupid things today. Like, I rolled my chair over this little piece of eyeliner that had fallen out that I forgot to pick up, and there was blue everywhere. And then I spilled an entire iced coffee. This cup right here, I made it, stirred it up, spilt it everywhere right before I filmed this. Here's what these look like. I'm just gonna use my hand as a backdrop because I'm so pale you can see the contrast, but these look really pretty. So I'm gonna measure to my eye and see how much we need to, yeah. I usually take a good bit off, and what I like to do personally, I take off like one section, maybe a little bit smaller than I think I'm gonna have to go, obviously from the outer corner. So I'll take off a little bit and then see if I need to take off a little bit more before I commit to chopping it too much. Still looks a wee bit long, so I'm just gonna take off a teensy bit more. Okay, that should do it. I took about maybe half as much as I did before, and then I'm going to apply my glue. I always make sure I have something to do in between putting on my glue because I am impatient and I just want to like stick it on, and it does not work. It does not work if the glue has not become tacky enough. It's just annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the other one off and cut that one. And these are synthetic lashes. I mean, I know we talked about this. If you watched some of my other recent unboxings, I talked about lashes that I received that were mink, and I just don't care for mink. There's no need in it. There's no need in an animal being, you know, in those conditions for eyelashes when you have such pretty ones that are just synthetic. And these are limited edition, by the way, both of these, and they're both, it says handmade with high quality synthetic fibers. Thank you. Glue is almost ready, so I'm just gonna hold it by the corners and kind of like rock it and make sure it's nice and limber in position to put this bad boy on. Like, just like stick it on and see if that positioning looks right. And I think it does. All right, there's one. Now the real test. Can you put the second one on in the exact same way? Even me, like, I do them a lot, but there'll be one that's like they're tilted a little bit different or something, and that that can make you look so crazy. All right, I think we did pretty good. I'm gonna finish off and give you my final thoughts. All right, here is the finished look using everything in my box and everything. I have like spread everything out. Oh my goodness. I have to say, I do think that this Ipsy X is a great value. I haven't been disappointed yet, which is still fairly new, but I'm really happy with my skincare products, and I really love the way my hair turned out using the bread oil as the strap falls down, because typically my ends stay kind of like fluffy and dry looking to the point where like I feel like I need to heat style them to smooth them out, but this looks pretty smooth. Like, I'm actually very happy with this. Very glad I got that. The Aether Beauty palette is beautiful. Like, I wasn't expecting to find like this amazing palette in this. I don't mind at all that they remove magnets and mirrors and stuff like that. I actually think it's great. I mean, I have a mirror I can use anytime, no big deal. So yeah, I think this is beautiful. Performed amazing. $58 is a little steep, but if you're interested in quality over quantity, I think this is beautiful. My eyeshadow kind of speaks for itself, so I love that. The drops, I actually kind of want to try these on top. I did put on powder highlighter, one of my favorite usual highlights, but I kind of want to try this on top. I'm just a little nervous because it can always go good or bad, so let's just, that's enough to start with. It's kind of doing what I wish it wasn't doing, which is kind of like gathering rather than spreading out. I'm gonna try to fix it by going in really lightly around, but it's just kind of like setting down over top of that powder. That's okay. I mean, it just happens a lot. Let me try to tap instead. It's not too bad. I've had a lot worse. I mean, a lot worse, and I feel like the finger did better. So I would just stick with finger application. I like to use a sponge, but you know what? If it works, it works. It's really pretty, very pretty over top. And I would love to try the mixing this too, but we tried it 2 ways. I think the heat from my finger definitely helped. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. It's not perfect, over top powder, but it's better than a lot of liquid highlights. So I really like this About Face Light Lock Highlighting Fluid. This is shaken or stirred. I would definitely be interested in other shades. Full frontal mascara is good. I already told you guys. The lashes are pretty. I wish I had positioned these a little bit more up, but you know, it's fine. We'll break them in. And the other style looks really pretty. I mean, I feel like this is just a good lashes. I like them. Oh, and beauty blender. Can't go wrong with a beauty blender. I have found a lot of other more affordable like dupes for beauty blenders, but I still will never complain. I love them, and I do like the blue color. I feel like this is a really good box. I do feel like I got my money's worth. I don't feel, you know, cheated or anything. I feel like it was good. I was kind of hoping to get the Glow Recipe watermelon like clay mask. That's the only thing that I saw that I was like, ooh, I'd really like to get that, because that's just been on my list that I want to try. But apart from that, I mean, there's nothing more that I could have asked for, so I am very happy. I also got a Point product, not that you're here for that, but I got the Florence by Mills Tint and Tame brow gel, but I actually got the clear version. I just used some points to get it, so I thought I'd show you that as well. It's a teensy brush. I did already use Benefit, but a lot of times my little ends get a little messy. Just a little added item. So that is it for my Ipsy X unboxing and try on. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging with me for a bit and trying some products. Let me know what other videos, let me know what other videos you might like to see soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys really soon in my next one. Bye.